All right, dentists, are you dreaming of building your own practice, designing your ideal career, but the sheer thought of how to actually make it happen feels overwhelming? Or maybe you're in an existing practice and you know there's so much more potential, but you're unsure how to unlock it, how to truly build, market, and grow it into something you're incredibly proud of. If that resonates, you're in the right place. Forget vague theories. Today we're dissecting the core mechanics, the real nuts and bolts of building a dental practice from the ground up, or taking your current one to an entirely new level. We're talking about creating a practice that not only thrives financially, but also brings you immense personal and professional fulfillment. My goal is to give you a clear roadmap, whether you're contemplating purchasing, building from scratch, or just strategically expanding what you already have. This is about making more money, yes, but equally, it's about crafting a better life through a practice that truly serves you. Building your own practice or transforming an existing one is so much more than just clinical dentistry. It's about infusing who you are into the very fabric of your work, providing a level of service that genuinely changes lives, including your own. So how do we translate that passion, that vision you might have, into tangible reality? Let's break down the essential mechanics. First, and this is non-negotiable, your vision. Before you can even think about a location, equipment, or marketing, you have to define your vision. Where are you right now in your dental career? Are you an associate eager for ownership? Did you just sell and are looking for the next chapter? Are you fresh out of school trying to make sense of it all? Or have you been practicing for years, comfortably clinically, but hungry for more? Hungry to create the practice that truly reflects you? You need to clearly articulate your vision for yourself today and, crucially, for your future. So sit down and write it out. What are you focusing on in dentistry, in your career, in your life? Because building a practice is deeply intertwined with your lifestyle. It's not just something you leave at the office. Your practice should support the life that you want to live. Thinking with the end in mind, knowing your destination, it makes charting the course way easier. Second is the creation path. Are you buying or building? Once your vision is clear, how do you bring it into existence? In dentistry, this usually means one of two primary paths: purchasing an existing practice or building one from scratch. Let's talk about buying a practice. If you're considering buying, your two primary focuses should be your goals for that specific office. What do you want to achieve with it? A meticulous evaluation of that office. Now, when I say goals, I mean be ambitious but realistic. If I were buying a $500,000 practice, my immediate goal would be to strategize how to grow it to $1 million. If I bought a $1 million office, the target becomes $2 million. You must ask, does this practice have the potential to at least double its revenue under my leadership? If yes, then how? Don't even consider buying a practice if your plan is just to maintain its current collections. The debt service alone will eat into that, and you will experience some patient attrition as well. And conservatively, you might lose 20 to 30% of your patient base once the ownership changes. You need to have that baked into your plan. Evaluation is critical. Who's practicing there now? What kind of dentistry do they do? How is revenue generated? Is it mostly PPO, fee-for-service, HMOs with capitation? Are there specialists and will they stay? And crucially, do you have the skills or the plan to maintain or grow those revenue streams? I've seen multiple examples of this. Take, for instance, a practice that's doing a massive, almost unbelievable amount of Invisalign cases. The purchasing doctor gets incredibly excited by those revenue numbers, only to find out after the sale that the previous owner was heavily reliant on a very specific and perhaps unsustainable external marketing funnel for those cases, or maybe was even operating in a way that pushed some ethical boundaries. The new owner, without that exact same specialized system or a willingness to operate in a similar, potentially questionable manner, has absolutely no hope of reproducing those numbers and then ends up suffering a huge financial loss. You absolutely do not want to buy practices that are propped up by unusual outlier statistics in very specific procedures. Unless you yourself are an expert in that area or that niche, and you are completely confident that you can ethically and sustainably replicate or even exceed that level of performance. Those kind of skewed numbers should be a major red flag for you. What you're ideally looking for is a practice with a solid, reproducible foundation of general dentistry where you can bring additional services, skills, or improve systems to enhance it and grow it organically. I've just seen far too many dentists get caught up in the excitement of the buying process that they overlook what should be glaringly obvious red flags, and then they find themselves in serious trouble when they simply can't reproduce what was happening before they took over. You need to do a deep dive into their financial records, the bank statements, procedure reports by provider, and then also daily deposit slips, the chronological day sheets. You have to understand how the money actually flows into that practice. Now, let's consider building a practice from scratch. This path can be incredibly rewarding. There are two key numbers here: your build-out cost and then your 12-month projections. You might be surprised by build-out costs. I built out multiple practices, and if you're smart and negotiate well, you can often create a stunning, modern, $500,000 looking practice for significantly less, maybe a few $100,000 for a decent sized space. How? Negotiating your lease aggressively for tenant improvements allowances are huge. Landlords will often contribute significantly to your build out if you know how to position it. This dramatically lowers your upfront costs. I have several experiences of taking over spaces that were already built out by a dentist, and while rare, they are out there. You can be very successful doing that. The cheapest practice I built out was under $100,000, start to finish, branding done, etc. If you are not careful though, you can spend an absolute fortune at the same time. If you want to have an amazing Taj Mahal type of a practice, you are better off doing something cheap first and grow out to the point where you can cash flow your beautiful build out and then do another build out later that you can actually support that with your practice. Now, don't get me wrong, buying an existing office works great for many, especially if you find a good one and have a solid growth plan, but a build out done right offers incredible upside. A scratch start can go bad, but it can be amazing since you are in control of the location, the branding, really focusing on those area demographics, and really everything's in your control. Third, marketing your practice, getting patients in the door. So you've got your vision, you've chosen your path, buying or building. So now what? You need patients. You need to know how to market. I break marketing down into 4 key components, but the online piece is where the massive leverage is today. The 4 parts are online marketing, internal marketing, local marketing, and print marketing. Let's focus on the online presence portion. This is critical. Your website is your digital front door. It needs to be professional, easy to navigate, and clearly communicate your unique value. And then video. You're watching me right now on video. Video is incredibly powerful for building connection and demonstrating expertise. And then you've got your social media and digital ads. Platforms like Facebook and Instagram, used well, can build a great community and attract new patients. You've also got email, and this kind of ties it all together. Nurturing leads and staying connected with your existing patients. This online system is where you funnel all your efforts. If you buy an office and plug into your existing patients into this improved online system, if you build, this is how you want to attract your first wave of patients. We as dentists hold so much valuable information that people are actively seeking. We need to leverage that. Now, your local marketing is really where you connect with other businesses and professionals in your immediate area. Internal marketing is about creating systems so that your existing patients become your best source of new patients. And then print marketing, like mailers, can still work, but it requires a very strategic approach and understanding the psychology behind it. It's not just about dropping flyers. I learned that the hard way with a costly, ineffective mail campaign. Now, fourth, setting up for scalable growth, your team, systems, and your operations. So marketing will bring them in, but in your internal structures, keep them. Ensure you have excellent care, and it allows you to grow without burning out. You need the right people as well, trained well, who also share your vision. And then you need to look at your business structures and systems. Are you going to be PPO, fee for service? How do you handle insurance? And crucially, you need to create front office and back office systems so your practice runs smoothly and efficiently, even while you're not physically there. This is about making your practice operate a little more automatically. You need to know how to present treatment plans in a way that patients understand the value and say yes. This also links back to internal marketing. Happy patients who complete treatment are much more likely to refer. And then you have phones. I don't care how great a clinician you are, If the person answering your phone provides a poor experience, that potential new patient is calling the dentist next door. Your phones are a critical gateway. Train your team on how to connect effectively. Now, with tracking your growth, what gets measured gets managed. You need to track key performance indicators for your marketing, your production, collections, your new patient numbers, and the list goes on. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Now, it might look like a lot of interconnected pieces, and it is. You have your vision driving how you create your practice. That creation, whether buying or building, then needs a powerful marketing engine. And that marketing engine needs to feed into well-oiled internal systems for team management, patient care, and financial tracking to facilitate good, sustainable growth. All of this, from vision to tracking, isn't just about the business mechanics. It's about building a practice that allows you to perform dentistry at your highest level, to feel fulfilled by the impact that you're making, and to create a life that you genuinely enjoy. It's not always easy, but understanding these core components is the first critical step. So if you're ready to stop dreaming about your ideal practice and start building the roadmap to make it a reality, if you want more deep dives into these specific areas, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're committed to helping you build, market, and grow a practice that truly serves you. Now, I'd like to hear from you, and as you think about building or growing your practice, which of these core areas, vision, the buy versus build decision, marketing, or operational systems, feels like your current biggest challenge or the area that you're focused on right now? Drop a comment below. Sharing your journey helps all of us. So take what you've learned today about the fundamental mechanics of building marketing and growing your practice and start applying it to your own situation. Let's keep working together to make dentistry fun, rewarding, and fulfilling. Subscribe so you don't miss the next strategy, and I'll see you soon.